Now we go to the monosaccharide and this is called the simple sugar. Then if the question will say also in, let's say, science fair, like that, if you try to compete with other schools also, enumerate the 3 example sugars. So your answer will be glucose, galactose, and fructose. These are specific, but in no particular order. Okay, things like that. These are specific, meaning mauna yun siyang answer in the entire planet Earth. You will not put any terminology there. Once the question will say, what are the simple sugars? Glucose, galactose, fructose. Eh, but what? Lactose. It's not really belonging to simple sugar. Ha, mao jud ni pirmi itatak na sa atong brain cells. Tulo na jud. Okay? Things like that. Mo na siya glucose, galactose, fructose. Which of them is so bigaon? Okay. Glucose, galactose, fructose. Ang pinakabigaon diha si glucose. Okay, that's why basic unit with shock. Bigat to the highest level. Why? Moadto sa bloodstream o blood glucose. Right? Pancreas, gluca, things like that. Small intestine. Oh. Vital organs need glucose. All types of vital organs needs glucose to survive. Pati ang brain. Imagine ang brain di sukaran. Okay. It still needs sugar. Okay? Things like that. No? Muna siya, the sugar in the blood is called glucose. Okay? Things like that. That's why blood sugar is glucose. Okay? Because this type of sugar occupies the largest percentage inside our body. Okay? In our physiological chemical reactions inside our body. Physiological chemical reactions meaning it has to do something with the substances reacting to the normal growth and functions of our vital organs. Muna siya ang physiological reactions or physiological chemical reactions. That's why medical science has physiology study. Because if you don't understand physiology, then what are the substances needed in order for them to become healthy? So they cannot prescribe, right? What substances need to be eradicated? Eradicated or discarded, meaning we need to eliminate. Okay? So those substances that we need to be discarded. Okay, I need to eliminate the presence of too much insulin, things like that. Okay, that's why bright focal substances at the same time bright kag mga function so vital organs. Okay, things like that. So still need you bright. I mean, ano ka ba? Knowledgeable. Things like that, no? Okay, things like, so, glucose, galactose, and fructose. Okay. Now, magpuyog na ang tulo. Anatomy, physiology, and chemistry. Okay? Kinaamasod sa lawas, that's why chemistry there is biochemistry. You get the point? That's why the physician and surgeon must understand the totality of these 3 components of study. Again, anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry. Okay, because once they knew these 3 components, it's easy for them to detect what types of diseases and what types also of disease-causing substances. Okay, that it causes them to have cancer and everything. And this is the job of medical science professionals, right? That's why. So, in direct statement, they must also be good in chemistry, the substance chemistry, especially the BS pharmacy, because it's talking about chemicals in an antibiotic, in a capsule, in a tablet. These are composed of chemicals and they need to memorize also. Okay, pharmacology. Okay, things like that. Pharmacology is one of the subjects of BS pharmacy. And blah, 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 so and so. I watch also STEM videos and medical science videos from professional doctors, okay, all over the world. Though it's not really that every time, random selection. When I love to see health science and general medicine topic. You get the point, no? Because, enough chemical engineer na ko na, pwede ko may bawang nalain. Okay, things like that. Okay. Okay. Because we know that safety is my bread and butter. I've been to it. It's so boring. Okay. So there's no challenge if you keep on staying to your, expertise or craft. So we need to vary because the more we vary, then we are living in a world of too much meaning and versatility and flexibility. Because if you don't do that, your learning will be limited. Okay, things like that, no? Okay. Though sometimes it's quite, tasky, but for me there's no issue because I love this since elementary, high school, and college. Others will say, why you still do that? You have now your salary, you are now working, and others are still looking for a job like that. Don't even think about the subjects because they already passed, they are graduated. But it's totally different from me, okay? I will never stop learning, okay? I will just stop learning when I die. Until my last breath, I'm still in the lifelong learning skills. It's not only safety, but for other topics as well, huh? Things like that, no? Okay. Okay. Siguro I could say my weakness is the technology topic, the ICT. I'm not more into that, but I will read a little bit. But since I cannot really relate, so I could only remember the most basic out of it. Okay? Kana siya, ICT. Information Communication Technology. I'm weak to that. Okay? But despite of my weaknesses, I still really push the pedal to learn this topic also. Really about the LCD, like that, no? Mga terminology, mga byte, like that, no? Okay, okay. And so many CPU, central processing unit, mga ganun ba? Mga basic lang din guys talaga. Okay, things like that, no? Okay, now, going back here to the glucose, galactose, fructose. Okay, glucose na tanong? Okay. Glucose is very important in glucolysis. Ulo na naputahan eh. Glucolysis means the breaking down of glucoses into our body so that we don't develop type 2 diabetes and diabetes mellitus, and our glycemic index will be in the normal range. Okay? This is the function of our glucolysis chemical reaction inside our body. Okay? We have the normal process of glucolysis. Okay? So, ang trabaho, to break down glucoses, to release that as a waste. Okay? That we release in our skin, in our epidermis layer of our skin, in our urine, in our, what do you call this one? Fecal or stool. Okay, that released in the anal or in the anus. All pores, P-O-R-E-S, or all outlets in which we can release our wastes. Okay? Muna siyang glucolysis. Okay? Things like, i-remove yun ang glucose because you don't have to store a lot of glucose because it is also considered toxic. You get the point? It will really suffer your cardiovascular health, the circulatory system, the heart. Okay? If you will not release the glucose in terms of its wastes. Of course, you will release the wastes because you can no longer use the waste, right? Okay. Why you should synthesize its waste already? Okay, things like that, no? Common sense. Okay, things like that, no? Now, glucose. So what we need to memorize here? We need to memorize here the exact possession of our hydroxide and hydroxyl. And we can do that only if we're trying to label with numbering, sequential numbering of the carbon atoms. For example, if I have, so example only, just to incorporate. If I will say omega fatty acid, what is the chemical reaction? Okay. If you go to the market and supermarket, you will find an oil which is rich in omega fats, good for the heart. So what is the chemical formula? Okay? So it's not enough only words. You should know the chemical formula. Example only. This is only my standard, guys. So don't take it seriously. This is only a lecture. If you like, then go. If you don't like, also, this is just only like an entertain, like a fun only through using the brain. Okay? Fun Fun, but using the brain. You get the point? Or entertainment, but using the brain. It's not an entertainment using the eyes, right? Like watching the movie. This is an entertainment that using the brain to be sharpened. Okay? So, for example, if you will see linoleic acid, oleic acid, linoleic acid, stearic acid, palmitic acid. These are forms and examples of fatty acids in the form of oils. Okay, oils. And analyze this if you are a BS Chemical Engineering student and a BS Chemistry student, because it will be useful in the board examination. You will say, oh, Blanc is another name of linoleic acid. Nga. Diba? Blanc is the another term of lanolin. And if you don't know lanolin, what's that all about? You cannot solve for the percent composition of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, the quantitative analysis of those oils. When you go to the laboratory and you get a sample of an oil and you need to do the test and analysis by experimentation, and then that is quantitative, right? Because you are dealing with the amount, things like that, no, and the volume and the mass or whatever. So qualitative is just looking only for the type of substances in there, and you're gonna determine and detect that somewhere in your test and analysis. That's qualitative. Okay, so we have qualitative chemistry and quantitative chemistry. Okay, but we have a special also called. These are also called analytical chemistry. Okay, it's more of analysis. This kind of chemistry other professionals don't have. This is only blended with BS Chemistry curriculum and BS Chemical Engineering curriculum. Okay, things like that. Okay. That's why in the QA department and QC department, all of them are related to chemistry graduates. Okay? So you cannot find here an electrical engineering in the laboratory, in a microscaling laboratory. All of them are, not all, majority are chemists and some are chemical engineers or related to chemistry, chemical technician, chemical technology, things like that. Okay? We analyze composition to composition of substance, even to the most minute and subatomic particles, the proton, electron, and the neutron. What is the mass of an electron? Patay. 9.11 times 10 to the negative 31 kilogram. This is the mass of a single electron. Who discovered electron? It was discovered by G.G. Thomson. Who discovered neutron? Our memory, I know this is from high school, but if you are really having a good memory retention, you can still remember who discovered. No need to Google search. No need to review. Okay? No need to have books in front of us. Who discovered neutron? Okay? This is a research Chadwick. What is the mass of a neutron? 1.667 times 10 to the negative 27 kilogram. Okay, things like that. So at least we need to remember the basics, huh? Things like that. Okay. Okay, going back. So glucose. In memorization, we need to understand the exact orientation or the positioning of the hydroxyl or the hydroxide. Hydroxyl group. Okay. Hydroxyl group would mean also hydroxyl functional group, to be more accurate. But we terminate the word functional because it means the same. Okay, things like that. No, there are terminologies that if you try to terminate one of it, it will still be the same in meaning. Things like that. No. Okay, you got the point. Okay, that's why I want to show you kasabot. Okay. Okay, hydroxyl group, and somebody also say hydroxyl like that. No. Okay. Now, kung glucose, asa man ang OH? Okay. Ang OH mo orient sa left o sa right? Ana siya. Okay. So, glucose, OH in carbon number 3 will be oriented to the left. Okay. Ang OH ra gyud imong timanan aniha, imo pagbiga-biga. OH ra gyud timanan and the rest will follow. Okay? Things like that. No. We have here fructose. Okay, fructose. Okay. Ganon. Si fructose, asa man na niyang OH? Okay, asa? Asa siya? Left or right? It's also in the left, in carbon number 3. So during your memorization, you have now a clue that there are two monosaccharides and simple sugars that the OH are oriented to the left. Okay? Okay. Last, glucose, galactose. Again, in carbon number 3, the OH going to the left plus carbon number 4. So during your memorization, you take the similarities and differences. Now, there's no headache during memorization because common denominator is in the carbon number 3 that OH will be oriented there, except for the galactose, in which there is also in carbon number 4, but still oriented to the left. So during your memorization, say left, 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 left. C3, 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 C3. Ganon. C3, 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 C3. Left, 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 left. C3, C4, galactose. O, memorize na. You get the point? Things like that. Now, show the structural formula of each. Okay. Doing that. Okay. Now, in doing the structural formula, we need to determine the parent general formula. As I told you, the representation of sugar, carbohydrate, and saccharide. Tulog din na siya, guys. Saccharide, sugar, carbohydrate would mean the same thing. Represented with C6, H12, O6. And this is also called glucose. Glucose. Okay, things like that. Now, if you talk about isomer, what is the isomer of glucose? That's another thing. Meaning, that is also another substance, not necessarily a sugar, but it possesses the same chemical structure. Okay, unsa man. Okay, it's the dextrose used in patients in the hospital is also a glucose. Okay, but with energy and introduction of oxygen, it will really induce oxygen level and the appetite and energy to eat well. Okay, that's why deceased people or sickly people admitted to the hospital should always put dextrose. That's the main purpose for their survival in terms of breathing and inhalation, because we add oxygen. Okay, and at the same time, okay, for this reason that oxygen really is added into it and it gives energy for them, not only inhalation. Alam na why dextrose is being inputted to the patient, and chemistry can explain that. Okay, things like that. Now, this is also dextrose. This is also glucose. The same chemical structure, but may, take note for my grammar accuracy. The may, okay, meaning to say, has also a chance that have similar application. The may have the same or different application. Okay? So, nasa panahon parehong application, nasa panahon not the same application. And are called isomers substances. Because not only this, there's a lot or billions of chemicals that have the same chemical formula, okay, but not totally the same with the same functions, okay, things like that. This is tantamount to the law of parallelism in English. This is homoname. Homoname. The same spelling but different in meaning. You get the point? So there's a lot also in English like that. You get the point? I cannot give example because our lecture is not English, okay? I'll just connect that there, that there is also a law of parallelism between English and science or chemistry specifically, okay? That's it, okay. Now, going back here, okay, this is the glucose, and your parent element is carbon. You need to put 6 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 carbon atoms. Now, second step, just like a careful examination of the tasks, and the tasks should be reviewed, and then you need to identify the potential hazards, and after that, we need to decide and identify the control measures, and that is risk assessment. On the same like that also. Step number 2, hydrogen. Okay, how many? 12. Oh, distribute the hydrogen mga palagingging. But the second memorization after OH, you need to memorize the carbon number 1 existence of a functional group. Carbon number 1 existence of the functional group. Kanina sa taas. Okay. If glucose and galactose, the carbon 1 at the top will be aldehyde. Aldehyde. Kasama ito si aldehyde. Double bond oxygen. Okay, single bond R. Ari. Ganon. Okay. Now, in this case, we need to put that in our carbon number 1. 1. Oh, put that here. Follow this one. Double bond oxygen. Okay. Single bond hydrogen. Single bond hydrogen. This is our carbon number. So, which is our R? Again, alkyl attachment. Kani siya kinatibukan. Kani. Muna siya R. Okay, kani. R. Okay, things like this. It follows the formula of an aldehyde. That's why glucose is an aldehyde sugar. Okay, and aldose sugar. Ano pa yung term? Or hexose. Generally, hexose. But when you say hexose, both of them ketone sugars and aldehyde sugars because more a little bit general, right? Hexose. Give me an example of an hexose sugar. So you can give any sugars that has 6 carbon atoms. If the questions will be like that, okay. Give me at least 10 pentose sugar. You will give sugar also that contains 5 carbon atoms. You know that the carbon acronyming, or the sugar acronyming also follows the direction to the hydrocarbons also. Okay? As we ascend, di ba ascend in English? As we ascend from higher carbon atom, from lower carbon atoms to higher carbon atoms. Di ba? Ascending and descending English. Descending going down, ascending rise up or going up. Okay, things like that. Okay, now we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, mga palagingging. Okay, now we need to put single bond here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sa ito pa guys, this glucose, galactose, and yes. The moment it will bend, then there will be double bond, triple bond, mostly the artificial sugars. Because these sugars are natural sugars. I'm going to the basic again. What are the 2 types of sugar? Also tantamount to social science and pure science, right? So 2 types of sugars. We have here natural sugar and artificial sugar. Okay. These are general in meaning or generality point of view. Artificial sugar. Now, what is another term of a natural sugar that is only one terminology? Okay. Not sugar is sweetener. Sweetener. Okay. Put here. Sweetener. Okay, things like that. No. Now, artificial sugar, what is this all about? Can you put also non-sweetener? Actually, you can. Because the non there would mean the process of something. It's not really the taste. Meaning, non-sweetener is a process that is not done in natural manner, or in a pure manner. It's done artificially. So that's why non. Okay, and then you're gonna put that sweetener. That's why non-sweetener. Actually, that is non-natural processed sweetener, and it's just only cut off or abbreviated. Okay, but others would try to think it in a word for word. You will say non-sweetener. Sa to pa di siya tamis, no? Okay, non-sweetener good siya. It's not sweet. But you don't need to understand that in a word-for-word manner. Okay? You get the point? Because that means in a process. That's why I don't want also to use that because my students will be confused if I will use the non-sweetener. Okay, I will just use, okay, sama akong ibutang dire. Synthetic sugar. Okay, synthetic sugar. Meaning, it's produced artificially through laboratory, test, analysis, process, manufacture. Meaning that's natural already. Okay? Things like that. That's an artificial sugar. Okay. Now, what is the statement definition? Because this one is only the identification main point of a something. This is not yet the definition. This is not yet a statement. This is just only the main point, bulleted main point, in order we can understand these terminologies. Okay, what is the statement definition of natural sugar? What is a statement? Statement is composed of two or three or more phrases, not necessarily have subject and predicate. So yung kasama sa English. Even though the words so many, but it doesn't need to have adjective or action verb. So that's why what ko na yung sentence. What is the definition sentence of a natural sugar? I said, what is the definition statement? Because statement and a sentence is not the same technically. When you mean of a sentence, it's composed of two or three or more words, but have subject and predicate. Subject plus the action verb and with a specific information, and that is a sentence. But a statement not necessarily having an action verb, as long as it's composed of three or more words. You get now the clarity, the difference between a statement and a sentence. Okay. Now, natural sugar. Natural sugar is a plant-based sugar or plant-based derivative sugar. Okay. Naabay action verb ito, di ba wala? Puros noun, puros adjective. Wa ko ningon, is a sugar that we need to get from the plants. And get is an action verb. Right? So statement lang siya. Okay, things like that. So what I am trying to emphasize here is the articulation. Okay? Articulation of the grammar effectiveness or efficacy of the grammar. Okay, things like that, no? So artificial. I'm not really an English teacher, but you know, I have a hobby like this since elementary, high school, and even up to now. Okay, things like that. So artificial sugar. What is artificial sugar? So meaning this is chemically synthesized sugar. Okay, synthesized substance that resembles, ang term resembles, that resembles a taste of a sugar. Sugar. Okay. Kani siya, sentence na niya siya. Kaning synthesizing, o kaning resembles action verb. So, pwede niya siya sentence or statement. Okay, things like that. If I will not consider the sentence, I need also to rephrase that. But that is not our topic. We are not lecturing English here. Okay, our topic here is organic chemistry. I'm just articulating other subjects in the organic chemistry topic. Okay, things like that. Okay, things like that. Meaning, kinukomplito Ricardo's ko. Okay, things like that. Okay, so that it will be enjoyable and meaningful. Okay, there's no such monotonous and boredom. Okay, things like that. Now, kay ingon ako sa memorization, ang akong H in the carbon number 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Carbon number 3, put OH here. Ganon. The rest will be OH in the right. Okay, ganon. Tatay. 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 And the partner of OH. Kinsa may jowa sa OH in a sugar family. Now, the question said, who is the partner of OH in a sugar family? If you'll try to make it as an analogy of a human being, I will say, who is the girlfriend or boyfriend? Because this has no gender. These are all chemicals. So it's safe to say in this way. Who is the girlfriend and boyfriend of OH? Question mark. Or I can revise that in another way. And it's still analogy. In real life, I will say, who is the husband and wife of OH? Question mark. Okay. The husband or wife of OH is hydrogen. And you need to put that in an opposite direction. So H here, H here, H here. In short, ang jowa ni OH sa sugar family in the context of sugar concept is hydrogen. That's why it's very easy to memorize because the jowa of OH is hydrogen, nothing else. Okay, things like that. Now, since you count the carbon atoms in the covalent bonding, okay, covalent bonding, yes, this is covalent bonding, okay, things like that. I mean, troubleshoot the electrons I have carbon here in the outlet. This is the outlet, huh? The last portion. Okay. And this is the topmost, which is an aldehyde. And the last portion, tanawa. 1, 2, 3. These are 3. Lacking of 1. So you need to put here. Unsa man ang ibutang? Si OH o si H? Again, by natural chemical structuring, hydrogen will be put first. For what main reason that we need to put hydrogen? There must be a reason why that we will keep on putting hydrogen as our first priority in our chemical structure. Diba, chemistry teacher, we should explain this to our students. Why we need to put H as an attachment and hydrocarbon. Organic compound priority rather than the other elements. Why? Because hydrogen is the lightest element in the planet Earth with only positive 1 electrons in the outermost shell. So the moment it has a molecular weight or atomic weight of 1.008 grams per atom, it is very light and moving very easy to react to those elements. And that is the main reason why we need to put priority the hydrogen in a compound. I hope it's clear. This is hydrogen. Okay. Muna siya yung mga method sa ayupak. Ayupak system. Hayupak man ka, uy. Dili kay ka makamemorize kay maghayupak lang ka. Daog na. International Union for Pure Applied Chemistry. Until now, this acronym has not yet revised. Still the ayupak. Since 1960s, 1970s, 1980s, 1990s, the millennial students, up to now 2024, still a UPAC we followed over and over again until our last breath, generations to generations. Okay, very clear. So, ngayon ako, glucose. Okay, now, napunta yung line orientation. If you try to orient that in carbon number 1, okay, then if we rotate the hydrogen, so, napunta kita alpha, beta. Alpha glucose and beta glucose. Okay. It's an alpha glucose. If the carbon number 1, your hydrogen will be in the left. It's a beta glucose. Mga ganun, no? Beta glucose, sorry. Ang beta glucose, nasa left in. Okay? Nasa right ang hydrogen kung alpha. Okay. What is the chemical structure of an alpha galactose? Okay? Okay, stay tuned. Kung butangag mga biga-biga, okay, nga may ana, no? Angle-angle mo na, beta, alpha, chupas, okay? Gamma, okay, kanang cleaver juga na may ana, no? Okay, so kung beta gani ang ibutang, okay, ang H2 asa left. Now, karon, kung Y alpha, asa man ibutang? Ano ra? Glucose ra. Ano pwede sa glucose ra man, wala alpha. So, by default, the glucose itself is the alpha glucose. That's why they don't put alpha, because it would mean automatically by default or by natural or by instinct understanding that it is also the regular glucose, the same with the alpha glucose. That's why it's not relevant to put alpha already. Okay, but for the sake of trapping you in a question in the future, okay, write the chemical structure of an alpha glucose. What you will feel if your teachers are not teaching you that kind of lesson. You'll be confused, right? Because you are not exposed to that kind of chemical structuring. It's the rule of the teachers to, tenacity. It has to do something, how stretchable is that, just like a rubber or a rubber band. Okay? So if your learning is so tenacious, meaning flexible, you have a higher tenacity in terms of learning. Di ba, vocabulary? Okay, things like we have here. Okay, things like that. So dapat, we have a pliable learning. Okay, pliable na po. Things like that, no? Meaning flexible. Things like that, no? Okay, things like that. So, mana siya ang glucose. Now, we go now to fructose. So, ito, kadugay ko na. Yes. Kung imo dyan yung tinudon, guys, dugay kayo siya mahuman. In fact, maabdan kong buntag. Okay? Things like that. Kung tinudon dyan. Okay. Now, fructose. Hello, shout out to my organic chemistry teacher. I love Ma'am Rabor. I learned a lot from her. the chemical structuring, and I'm very, very proud that she is my teacher of organic chemistry. Every time I will answer the organic chemistry type like this, I will remember her face during the board examination. Oh my God, I love it because I love memorable. Oh, diba? Things like that. Aside from knowing that I will go to the library, study a lot, it would be very meaningful if your teachers already are very comprehensive, very detailed, systematic, will discuss in clarity, meaning with emphasis, okay? The way how she elaborated lessons, it's so interesting and you can really understand. If you are not sleeping, okay? Because to be honest with you, organic chemistry, sometimes if you don't feel to listen, you will feel asleep. Things like that, no? You will be sleepy because sometimes that's why people have so many ideas, will love to hear it, but the people who don't love ideas will normally tired, so tasky in the brain with the terminologies and the mechanisms and technicalities. But I love that. That's why I pay attention. Okay, it depends on the students actually. Okay, things like that. No, you get the point. Kaya dako mo gud ko biga-biga good things like that. No, I don't really experience uyab-uyab like that, suri-suri. Lahi man gud ang akong world when I was young. Puro study na siya study. Steady. Okay? If you ask somebody in our neighborhood, they will label me something, alam na. Okay, things like that. Okay? They will rather know me in terms of achievement rather than as basta. Okay, as a singer. Okay, singer. No, this is not also no. Singer would mean also kasi professional and non-professional singer. When you say singer, that's a general term. So it's also safe to say that I am a singer. Right? So ayaw pa labi sa inyong mga utok nga murag mubo ra kayong utok, may ingon na singer, inyong tang katawan kay di ta professional. Tan-awa sa two types sa singer, professional singer and non-professional singer. Kinds of a singer, informal singer and non-formal singer. Na mga coverage ang singer pod, just like mathematics. No, kung inyo kong husgahan, inyo kong katawan kay di ko singer, wa ko recording album. Okay, sayok mo. Kamo ang bobo og English because you don't know how to identify adjectives and description. So I'm proud to be a singer. Diba? Kang singer, general term na siya, whether professional or non-professional. In fact, even though you will sing, you can be called a singer. Because the meaning of a singer is a person who sings. In dictionary, it doesn't mean you are professional or you are in tune. Okay? But once you claim it, then you must be in tune. You must have a good sound or a talent. Puslan man, isinger di mo kagalingon, right? But what I'm trying to be stringent and meticulous with the definition according to different kinds of dictionaries, Webster, Oxford, Cambridge, or whatever, right? It says only that a person who sings is a singer, period. Okay? By accurate grammar accuracy. So ayun yung kataw kung usa ka individual ingon siya singer siya. Yes, he or she is a singer if he or she loves to sing. Not necessarily joining competition. Not necessarily a professional singer. Not necessarily he or she is a recording singer. Okay? Klaro? Okay. Muliyok yung atong brain cells, ha? When we do something, comment, criticize, when we criticize something, when we bash something, put your head first rather than the heart. That's why the Lord God put the brain cells at the top of the heart, because this is our central processing unit to process everything with regards to the communication leveling and also the communication protocols and messaging with the chemical messengers hormones to the vital organs. Okay, things like that. No, that's what we have. Motor skills, sensory skills, like the balance and coordination when we move, when we walk. That is through the substances that signals message to the brain, and that is the central nerve point. Actually, we have two types of central nervous system. Okay, the CNS and the PNS. Central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Because it's impossible for the central nervous system to operate without the outlets or without the cabling system Cable meaning I just put that into an analogy, like the vessels, the continuation lines like that, no? Okay, that attached to the vital organs. Muna siya mga peripheral. It sends message but it goes to the proper route where to go and then going to the brain. Like that, no? You get the point? Muna siya ang peripheral. Kung may peripheral, di man makareceive ang central nervous system. Asa man siya moagi og signals? Diba? There's no road. There's no cable. There's no road. There's no way. There's no pathway. Oh, name all the synonyms of what I'm trying to emphasize. Okay? Things like that. Okay. Now, going here to the fructose. Since fructose is a ketose sugar or ketone sugar, okay, put in this way. Carbon, double bond oxygen. Okay, and here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then put H here. See, H is a priority. I don't put OH because I said a while ago, H is a priority. You got the point. Okay, anak siya. Ang technique there sa carbon number 1, if you already put OH, don't put another OH or don't put another O. The oxygen content in the carbon number 1 is only 1. If you understand that, it's easy for you to structure the sugar chemical structure. Pwede siyang piyungan. Okay? Things like that. Okay? It doesn't matter 60 years old, barong 70 years old, or 80 years old. You can still structure. Na nasa utok daan. Okay? Things like that if you really understand. Because age is just a number. Okay? Just like saying also in a relationship, age is a number. Knowledge also, age is only a number. Okay? It doesn't matter who you are. Get the point? Ganon. Knowledge is for everybody. We have equal opportunity to learn. It's not selective. It's not racial discrimination. It's for everybody. And I thank you. Okay, so we have here C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sometimes I love to join like the competition because the question is very challenging, right? On the spot asking the question, and I love that. Okay, so how can I join the pageant? I'm not really the good looking, things like that. Okay, you know what I mean. So I'm also, if I will be there, I think I can answer also well as the same as what they did, or even I can surpass what they did also, right? Because I love Q&A talaga. Okay, not only in the Q&A in the academics, but also in another questioning, right? Okay, so trigger din akong brain cells dahil na question. Things like that. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now, una to mga OH pag biga-biga ha sa fructose. Okay, carbon number 3, OH dara. Para na sa glucose. Sa to pa, sa fructose and glucose, the only difference is the carbon number 1. The other functional group, ang ni matter lang. Ketone din sa fructose, aldehyde sa glucose. Ano lang siya. The rest will follow. Okay, pareho. Okay, OH, H, OH, OH, H, H, H. Muna siya chemical structure of our fructose. Where you can find the fructose sugar. The fructose sugar can be found in syrup, sugar. Okay? Kanang mga syrup nga matamis-is tanan. Ipangutang sa mga ice cream, blended in ice cream, fruit juices, like that. But fructose also from the fruits. Inyong timan na nanik fruits. Fructose dayon. Are the specific sugars from the fruits. But it doesn't mean ang fructose lang naadiha. But fructose will be the identification first in asking question. What are the sugar found in fruits? So your default answer or your natural answer, priority answer is fructose. Okay? Kahit na pa yung mga percentage kaya nga mga glucose or whatever. Because majority is fructose kasi. You get the point? No? Fructose disadvantage. Fructose disadvantage, dili bigaon. Okay. The more dili bigaon, like a human being, di maminyo, way anak, batik kay ang kinabuhi. Right? The more magbiga-biga ka, dali maminyo, dali makaanak, malipay-lipay ka, makakaon kag lami-lami, whatever kay ang imo barong na dayon, dato, kay tungod sa imong pagbiga-biga. Both with the lalaki ug babae. Ang katong di magbiga-biga, murag ang kinabuhi pud siguro, murag dry kaayo. Let's face the reality, right? Kaya imposible kayo mo naminyo mo nagbiga-biga. Ang pagbiga-biga part sa kinabuhi. I use the biga-biga here in the right context, ha? Not in the negative context. Okay, things like that, no? Kanang mo feel ka na ba naturally? Okay, na it's a part of your growth development na mutunga ra siya kalit. Nawa tuyo ba? Kanang stage mo kalit ra na, things like that, okay? Di na nimo sabihan mo agi ra gyud sa imong pagkatao, things like that mo na siya kung gimin sa pagbiga-biga. Okay, now kung di ka magbiga-biga, matiguang ka, di ba? Ang fructose maupod. Kaya di man siya magbiga-biga, he will normally stays in the liver. Okay, things like that. And it will be absorbed going to the kidney. Like, di siya maato sa mga, sa adipose tissue, sa muscle, sa pancreas. Mo specific na siya group dito sa liver kunuhay. Oh. That's why, ang kaning liver, dagan ko siya i-filter. Because the job of the liver is a filtering machine of all the toxins that we receive, right? To clear us from any unwanted substances. Okay, that's why liver is the largest vital organ in the human body. Okay, mo na siya ang liver. And dako siya kumpara sa uban. Okay, things like that. The largest vital organ in the human body is the liver. And the purpose is like a filtering machine. Would really filter the unwanted substances and toxic substances. Now, kung dagan kay fructose, market po ka, things like that, no? You get the point, mga sakit ni mo, mga say, fatty liver diseases, mga ganon-ganon, okay, things like that, no? Okay. Or other diseases pertaining to the liver, okay? Things like that. So, muna nakabati po ni fructose. Pero ana-ana na lang, ikumpara ni glucose, kasi fructose, dugay pa man siya mo developed. You get the point, no? Si glucose mo, develop man din, kasi taga-adlaw niya. Kamo din, sige din mo kao prutas taga-adlaw. Na ako, no? Makaon no prutas taga-linuto, taga-sikan, mahal makay na. That's why our stomach will be blurry, will be gaining weight, and then starting to develop the obesity. Okay? Once you are obese, then little various carcinogens will attack on you. And then there's diseases will come, another diseases. They are interconnected because our body is very close, no? It's not really spacious enough. Look at inside your intestine. It's spacious. It's not, right? So that's why if you have one disease, it will be connected to another disease. Nakakaloka. So that's why we need to be careful, for our AI. Okay, ang sama na siya ay acceptable daily intake of food and beverage. Like that, no? Okay, so select the healthy kind of food. You can also eat processed food, junk food, or whatever, chocolates, or whatever, but in moderation. Things like that, no? Not too much, or not in excess. Because we are still human beings, we need to eat well, we need to eat delicious food. You know the point, okay? But if you study this, you can also adjust a little bit. But if you don't listen, it's okay also. If you love, nobody will hinder you. You know, nobody will obstruct you from doing that. It's your choice. I'm just saying the reality. Okay? Things like that. Okay. So, muna siya may tagbo. Okay, now. Okay. Muna siya ang atong, fructose. O, kani siya. Kani siya, muna rin siya ang hexose fructose. Okay, kung ano na siya, 6 man siya. Fructose. Okay, then, muna siya, ketohexose fructose, generally na siya. Okay, pero specific ni mo, fructose na yun siya. Alpha fructose or fructose. Ano siya. Guys, di ka magnambiringan ni guys, because this is sugar. Wala na. 2, 3, no, like that, on the other chemicals lang, organic chemicals na may nga na. 2, 3 ethyl na mga benzene. It's not like that yun, sa mga macromolecules or biosubstances. So, dili nga ang dating, okay? Wait, 1, 2, 3 dimethyl ethyl. Wala mga gano'n, You got the point? Sa sugar. Okay? Things like that. Sa mga sa mga benzene, toluene, muna siya ng mga 1, 2, 3 benzene, methyl benzene, lagi-lagat, no? Okay, things like that. Okay, the last will be galactose, no? So, si galactose, kay kuan siya ay, aldehyde gapon siya. Okay, so C, double bond oxygen, mga ganun-ganun chuba-chucho, then H here, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's in the carbon number 2 and carbon number 4. Ang OH nasa left. Okay. Kamu na butang H, anak. Understood na. And then, sa last na niya, CH2OH. Ang kanang CH2OH, nga nang anak na siya, it's the same as saying C, double bond hydrogen, single bond hydrogen, hydrogen, and then OH. Meaning, CH2 here. OH here. Oh, CH2OH. So this is the spread structure formula. You know spread in English, meaning dispersed or scattered. This one is compressed. Okay? Or concentric. Mga ito po ng pagi, no? Concentric. Okay? Things like concentric, because there's also word called coincides, right? Okay. Gi-pattern ako dito sa mga eccentric, mga ganun na mga terminology, okay? Kasi ko concentric. Okay, things like that, no? Oo. Things like that. Okay. So, muna to ang unsa? Galactose. Okay. Where can you find galactose? Okay. Galactose normally comes from the wheat, the barley, mga ganun, okay? Carbohydrates gyapon siya. Okay. And sometimes blended mammary glands, things like that no, sa salivary glands, sa mother, the milk of the mother. There's also a mixture of galactose. Okay, things like that. No. Okay, so beer, like that, no whiskey, anything that malt driven, M-A-L-T, malt. Okay? So muna siya, may mga galactose ana-ana siya. Okay? So, mga beer industry, wine industry, the usual sugar nga yang ma-attain kay kuan, galactose. You get the point, no? Wa ko ningon na total percentage yun. Basta na siya galactose ana nga process. Okay? Things like that, no? Okay. Ang lactose, ato na sa mga milk, dairy, beverage, dairy beverage katong mga milky drinks. Mura kong pasabot sa dairy beverage. So, bisan man to kang beverage liquid, nahimo na siyang solid sa akong pag-phrase, sa akong grammar. Okay? Dapat nga na itong English leveling. Okay? Things like that. Ito limited ba na? Mao gyud meaning. Natakabong explore sa kung di ba? No ko. Things like that. No. But anyway guys, guys, this is a gift from God. Not all will be given. Okay? Things like that. I'm not also good in kinesthetic intelligence. You know kinesthetic intelligence? I'm not good. Kinesthetic intelligence is just to do something with hands-on application. I'm not really that good. But when it comes to writing skills, when it comes to lecturing, mentoring, speaking, like that, memorization, okay, I am really good. Okay? But for this kinesthetic ability, you know, hands-on, I'm not saying I don't know also, but it's not really superior. Okay, things like that. On the leveling. Okay, that's why. That's why God is very powerful. He don't give everything to a certain individual. Something is missing. You get the point? No, there's no perfection. Okay, things like that's why in the context of ideality, we can say all humanity is unique and distinct because of that philosophy. Because we are created by God, not perfect. Okay, we are subject to imperfection. Okay, and so if we are subject to imperfection, so we don't know everything. You get the point. Though we have common denominator in understanding most of the things around us, but there are things that we don't know also, but others know, and there are things I know that they don't also know. Things like that. Okay, you get the point. That's why distinct and unique creation of Lord God Almighty. That's why we don't judge anybody else because we are just equal in the eyes of God. All human beings are equal. There's no manager, there's no director. In the eyes of God, all of us are equal. It's not good to look down and despise others. Okay, that who are in the lower levels. Okay, let's play respect, equal respect to the humanity. If we do that, then there will be no war. There will be peace and harmony to the entire planet Earth. Since there are, overpowering pride or bursting pride in country to country, continent to continent, that they are claiming that they are the most powerful country in the whole world, then there's no such like that. So war will be coming. Okay, if someone will be too much dominant, Okay, because it's impossible also if everything will be fair. Things like that, no. You get the point? Things like that. So the only way is to play equality. Things like that, no. We don't want to disproportionate other individuals on a term, disproportionate. That's a science term applied to another context. Meaning we put everybody as equal as much as we could so that there will be no despise, there will be no degradation with others, okay, and there will be no defamation to others, meaning you embarrass others in front of the public, things like that, no, so you insult others in the front of the public, so let's be fair, okay, things like that, no, if you have nothing to do with others, then be silent, okay, rather than saying extremely bad to others, and then these things will lead to chaos and war. Okay, war would mean not only involving the guns, the weapons, war also through words and mouth, right? Verbal war in social media, verbal war through commenting. Okay, nobody will be defeated, they will be dominant always, and the moment nobody will bow down or lower their pride. So it looks like there will be fighting. In the first place, we don't know them virtually. So we are wasting our time. We don't know those people, right? Okay. Then why spending our whole energy in commenting those type of posts like that regards to idolatry? You know idolatry? Idolatry is idolizing any entities in terms of their talent, craft, skills. If you talk about entertainment, their craft and skill is about singing, dancing, acting like that. And there are people who are, mediocre ideas, lower level or shallow people, especially those people that don't have, education. Okay, they will not try to observe, right? Things like that. They are more on the showbiz like that, artista like that. And then if somebody will say something to that kind of actress or actors, they will defend even though it's true. Diba? So they cannot accept. Okay. In the first place, the argument really is opinionated, or we have polar minds. So the moment we understand the argument that this is social media, nobody has the same opinion, okay, according to our personality, right? And then we keep on fighting. In the first place, we are fighting for the opinionated subject. It's not factual. Nobody will claim you are correct or not. That's opinions, subject for opinion. Okay, mo na mag-away kay there's no subject or clarity with the agreement. Mamatay na lang magtubag-tubag, wa jud mo daog diha. Okay? Because you are fighting with an argument that is opinionated or full of opinion. Di man guna siya factual. Okay? Kung mag-fight mo og science, biology, law, Republic Act, with regards to specificity and particularity of the subject, okay? And then that's the time we ended up loser or winner to those knowledgeable over the not knowledgeable, right? In terms of actress only, actor like that, and then if you try to bash, oy, nilay, islat kag ilong, things na yun. Masukot na yun ka, kay imong idol si Milay. Birahan din mo karakter. Kakuan sa di mo, what you kay karakter. Okay, ana din tubag. Okay. Wa man mo nagkasinabot. Ang usap is straightforward and candid to tell the truth, but nothing but the truth because it can be seen in the physical appearance. Kung ingon kog mubo ang tao, mubo gina siya. Can I change that height? So meaning that's truth, right? And then why you defend? If in the first place makita sa mata. Di ba? Meaning, imo siyang gidefend kay idol mo nimo siya, di ka makadawat. So that is idolatry. Okay? Nga imong kalimtan ang tanan just to praise and to admire the actress and the actor or the politicians who you believe influence you a lot into your journey in this world. Even though they will commit mistakes, you still salute them. You still, admire them. Guys, it's not like that, okay? There's no perfection. Let's accept fact, okay? Kung itong ganito, itong jud. Okay? Things like that. Kung mubo, mubo jud. Okay? Things like, kung nakita ang kigol, nakita dyan ang kigol, kaya nakita mas na mata, yes, ang gi-vlog. Alang-alang man po, musulti, wala kita. Sa ito, pag-ibat-buhat na ng iyang sulti. Di lang makadawat, kaya ano, ilamang favorite, idol, dapat kani siya makinaiya, mahunong na ni siya sa mga Pilipino. Nga, magbasok ko kung ilang mga ganahan, ilang mga idolas, kung ano, punahon. Okay? Ipaglaban dyan, sa sayok na daan. Diba? Kung ang ingon, yung amigo pukpok, iyalang niya pong i-defend. Sige ba siya pukpok? Kaya nagdawat man siya pulong pagkaon sa kilitaan sa katong prostitute. Oh. Ganon. Okay, things like, ganon kagrabe ang puan. Ang tulo suporta to the fact you are telling lies. Or you're faking yourself to achieve the reality. In fact, that is foolishness. Okay, it's bluff. B-L-U-F-F. Bluff. Okay, things like that, no? Meaning, fictitious, not really true. Okay, things like that. Okay, ganon. Diba? Dapat kung sayok, Jud. Okay, things like that, no? Okay. Nakakaloka. Dapat i-tolerate. Okay. Okay, things like that. Now, kung kita gusto gubot, no comment. Media para kuan kay di makakabaw mo defend. Okay? Nya, kuwang na sa ideas. Nya, ano lang tingog kung isa ka gusto gubot, di ano lang tingog. Okay? That's the best way. Okay nga, motivated ka. It doesn't mean nga nag-silent ka, you don't have an idea. You're just opted to choose to be silent. Gets? It doesn't mean that you don't react or you don't reply, you don't have the ideas already. It's just your choice because you don't want any verbal fighting or any chaos or any misunderstanding. So that would be the best way to do. Okay, things like that. But if you are really strong according to your own philosophy, on what you see and what you believe, then you can also do that. It depends on the type of a person. Na ay straightforward, na ay mapagiti-giti, di jud ko sa kibaw na gud kay para mahadlo kay lagi kung kuan siya gamay nga comment mabatik na siya sa katilingban mga ganon nasay nga magpabutan-butan niya mangtas sa personal. Okay, nasay murag mangtas kay sa social media pero buutan pud sa personal, so di jud nimo ma-judge. Okay, things like that, no, kay di man day ma-judge, so don't go over it. You or we are just wasting our time. Ganon. Okay, things like that. Muna na siya. So, I explained everything regarding linear form. In mathematics, if we have also linear form, in organic we have also linear form. All inorganic chemical reactions, inorganic compounds and elements obey the linear form in IUPAC chemistry. So, kung saan yung linear form? This is the Fisher structure. Because Mr. Fisher discovered this. Okay? Things like that. This is a name of a person. Okay? Who discovered that kind of chemical structure. Now, if that is a cyclic form, this is applicable in organic because organic, because in inorganic, there's no cyclic form. Okay? Or in the aromatic cyclic ring. Like that. So these are Haworth structure discovered by Mr. Haworth. Okay? Things like that, no? So kato atong discuss, we discussed a while ago are all Fisher structure. It's not cyclic form. Cyclic form is very difficult. But sad to say, cyclic form is the priority of the chemical substance when we do the test and analysis and experimentation, especially if we do the chromatographic analysis, spectrophotometer or spectroscopy analysis. We get the light absorbance and we determine the behavior of the substance through a screen. It will really reflect the cyclic form, the linear form. But sad to say, the linear form is easy. What will be shown in the technology is the cyclic, which is difficult. Wala nakaparat. Things like that. No, and thanks to gather our digital technology to assess the form like that. No, mga ganon-ganon. Nakakaloka. Okay. Diba? Okay. Di ba nisipot mo ko yung isomers before? Isomers, the same chemical structure, may have different or similar functions or applications or uses. We have also enantiomers. Okay, enantiomers are those substances that's the opposite, okay, when you try to face that in a mirror. Okay, the structure is the opposite of the other one. That is enantiomer. Okay, things like that, no? The mirror-like image of one substance. For example, me, Junjun, I'm facing on the mirror. So, when I face the mirror, that would be my enantiomer personality. In organic chemistry, we have also like that term. I'm just putting that into the context of analogy so that we can understand well. So, if I am a substance, if I am really, let's say, I am a uric acid, for example, only. See, Junjun, let Junjun as uric acid. And I face in the mirror. Example, a hypothetical explanation just to understand. And then the reverse in the mirror, what you see in the mirror is the enantiomer of Junjun as a substance. So if you try to apply that in organic chemistry, there's a lot of organic compounds that obey enantiomer characteristic. Okay, not only isomerism characteristic. Okay. Okay, namatay isomerism, enantiomerism. The product of enantiomer process is enantiomer. The product of isomerism are isomers. Now we have also polymerism. Okay. How can we say that it is a polymerism? It will produce the product of a polymer. Okay? Okay? You get the point? So units of the carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen are called monomer, polymers, like that, no? Then we try to react that is polymerism. Okay? Ang imong product, polymer. That's why natin subject na polymer chemistry. Okay? Things like that, no? Oh, that's another substance also. Oh, polymerism yield polymer. Oh. Pwede kayo kanina, pero daghan yung kaayo. Okay, things like that. No, you get the point? Daghan sa kayo, daghan siya. No. Mag-try pa o parallelism. No? Isomerism, isomer, enantiomerism, enantiomer, polymerism, polymer. How about isotope? Gusto mo, isotopism. Ato rin siya i-pattern. There's no such isotopism, ha? Okay, things like that. Isotope regular siya. Ang process niya kay transmutation of radioactive substances. Transmutation. Ang kaning word na trans, kanang exist siya as another personality. That's why natin mga transgender, trans woman, trans man. Ang kaning text na trans would mean can act as another. Okay, things like that. No? Itumpot ra nimo transmutation. A mutation will try to mutate replication of cells into another cells. Muna siya mga mutation process. Okay. You get the point? Or propagation, ganun-ganun muna siya mutation process. No, sa kung na siya sa cell biology topic. Okay. Transmutation chemistry ni siya. Ang under ng mga isotopic study, mga radioactive. Okay, things like that, no? Mga decaying for 10 years, 5 years, gano'n. Hindi siya ma-pattern niya. Isomerism, polymerism, enantiomerism, okay? Depende na siya sa ha? Sa kuan po siya ba, no? Ganon. Okay. Actually, ako madaghan guys, hindi ako ma-think karong higayon na, no? Kaya kapoy mo na muna. Chart. Okay, things like that. Okay. Now, mo to'y Fisher, ha? O mag-Howard, kalto sa lang itong Howard. Example. Kaya kung ihawat na to ang glucose o galactose, sayo naman to siya. Ari ta sa fructose kay duha man iyang variations. Okay, things like that, no? Okay. Pero kani siya guys, mura dili na siya iputang sa mga products ang mga cyclic form, Fisher form. Mo focus sa sila sa chemical formula or general formula. If you look at the packaging of the food and beverage product, they will have the name and close and open parenthesis the chemical name or the chemical structure. No, not structure, the chemical formula. They don't need now to put the structure. Because it doesn't make sense. It will also take space a lot, okay? Aside from knowing the fact that it's difficult, it will take a space a lot in the packaging of your product, okay? And not all can understand also. Only science professional, okay, can understand the chemical structures of glucose. Who dares, right? Things like that, no? So things, so muna, it's already yung glucose. Yeah. Close and open parenthesis, C6H12O6. Ascorbic acid, C6H8O6. Citric acid, C6H8O7. Mga ganon. Xylitol, C6H12O6. Dextrose. Dextrose, xylitol, and glucose are isomers with each other. Okay, they have the same chemical formula but different application. Xylitol will be used as artificial sweetener in ice cream, like that, no? Ibutan mo dito sa mga milk tea mo. Xylitol sugar. Okay? Para sa itong mga sorbetol, okay? Things like that, no? Dapat yun lang mga sugar, mga biga-biga, guys, no? No, sugar na siya, mga tanong, things like that, no? Dapat ay stevia sugar, ha? Stevia sugar is the most natural sugar nga plant-based derivative. Stevia sugar. It is very healthy and very expensive. Okay? Things like that. Ayan lang ko yung pangutan sa stevia ng chemical formula, ha? Kaya plant-based man siya. Okay? Things, wag din siya specific nga iyahad yung kagalingon. Okay? Things like that. Pero nakatay kuan ato mga Splenda, okay, sweat and low and sweat. Okay, sweet SWET niya, low and sweet. Okay, ganon. Okay, things like that, no? And then napuntay kuan, Splenda man to siya, no? Napuntay aspartame. Kan aspartame mo siya sa Diet Pepsi. Okay, nga kuan, artificial sugar. Okay, things like that. Sugar siya for artificial. Then, why commercial producers, they will try to use this as an alternative with the real sugar or the natural sugar? 3 reasons only. Number 1, 0 calorie. Okay. Number 2, low carbohydrates. Okay. Number 3, there's no spike in the insulin. No spike of insulin. Okay. Things like that. And number 3, there's no spike of the blood pressure. Okay. Lowers blood pressure. Lowers BP. So that's 4 reasons. Okay. Things like that. No. Okay. But it depends on the type of the artificial sugar or artificial sweeteners that you use. Because some will not metabolize. Okay. Things like that. No. It will remain into your system. But for those who will really metabolize, okay, metabolize meaning catalyze, okay? You get the point? So, more siya ang biochemistry. Biochemistry na siya yung topic ng metabolism. Important because if there's no way, the waste must be removed from our body. That's why malibang tamangi. And that is very important. Okay, ang metabolism. Okay, to break down unwanted substances, toxins, pathogens, mutagens, suspected carcinogens, so many disease-causing substances. Mo sila mga disease-causing substances. Okay, they will attract bacteria, germs, virus, parasites, mga ganon-ganon. Lactobacillus, okay, things like that, no, Escherichia coli, okay, Clostridium, okay, Tyrobacterium. A type of worm and parasite inside our body. Yang patyon, mga ganon-ganon. Things like that, no? Oo. At sumunod, mustabi taog catabolism and anabolism. Okay. Kung yung metabolism, okay, by default, for normal understanding, we mean catabolism. Because people that are not science professional, it's not concentrating on the technical issues. They would rather understand that in the in the larger perspective as in a general way. When they mean metabolism, they will say that it's the removing of the waste. But if you are a science professional with technicalities, it's not only that. There's the opposite of breaking down the waste, which is also synthesizing the substances. Muna siyang anabolism. The opposite of catabolism. If it is the breaking down, this is the making up. Okay? Meaning combining, building, uniting, adding, okay, introducing, okay, proportioning, blending, fortifying, so many synonyms in English you want. Okay? Catabolism is the breaking, destroying, annihilating, disrupting, okay, disturbing, obstructing, okay, intruding, isa pa, name all the synonyms in English. Okay? Basta breaking. Things na breaking down to something. Muna siya ang catabolism. Okay. Ang catabolism, muna ang metabolism normal understanding. The burning of calories and weight, calories and energy from our body. No, muna siya ang catabolism. Okay. Kung yung catabolism, the substance has been catalyzed. Okay, things like that, no? You get the point? Kung yung the substance will be metabolized, it could either be it has been catalyzed or it has been anabolized. Okay, things like that, no? Anabolized. Patterning na siya sa iyang anabolized, catalyzed. Okay? Things like that. Meaning anemia is synthesize. That's why we have synthetic rubber, synthetic products, because from smaller molecules banded together or chemically banded together to produce one large compound or one large substance. Munahimo siyang synthetic, and the process is artificial through laboratory experimentation with the use of technology and some of the apparatus or whatever. Okay, muna siya ang synthetic. So, coming siya from synthesized. Now, kung yung catalyzed, okay, it's being breakdown. So, I could also say it's being decomposed. Because in general lecture 1, if we have synthesis chemical reaction, we have also decomposition reaction. Right? Since na-break down siya, so decomposition po siya in an inorganic point of view. In an organic chemistry point of view. So pareho na siya sa breaking down ang decomposed. Okay? Things like that. No, decomposition reaction ang catabolism. Okay? Synthesis reaction ang anabolism. You get the point? So that's total package named as metabolism. Under siya sa biochemistry. Okay? Things like that. Okay? Because what will be incorporated here is the involvement of the substances. You cannot catalyze if there's no substance. Right? That's why biochemistry. This is not purely biology. Okay? Because it involves substances. Gets? Okay. Things like that. Enzytomology, study with enzymes, cell biology, mga ganun, cell parts and its biology, mga ganun, plant, okay, plant life, death and cycle, animal life, death and cycle, mga ganun, gagawin topic sa biochemistry, okay? Things like that. Ang basic karing mga macromolecules, carbohydrates, basic na sa biochemistry. Okay, hindi na siya ang katong mga deeper. You got the point, no? Oo. Sa biochemistry, it depends na sa teacher if mutok sila physiology, anatomy, epidemiology. It's the strategy of the teacher na. Okay, kung i-attach ba niya dito. You got the point? Things like that. Mo ni siya ang, so gitawagan niya sa kuan, sa 21st century of global teaching. Muna siya gitawag of articulation and differentiation in teaching. Okay? So that quality education will be there. We need to articulate, we need to differentiate. Okay? So that the absorption of knowledge is very easy to accumulate. So that they can assimilate, okay, the knowledge that they gain from the instructors. Okay? Because it's not enough to be received. It should be also assimilated. Kung sa substances pa, it should be digested. At the same time, it will go to the different vital organs to serve its purpose. Muna siya, assimilation of the knowledge. Okay, things like that, no? How they assimilate them. Charot. Okay, ganon. Okay. Primero, ano niya? Okay? Imo siyang i-receive. I-receive. So once you receive, you adopt. So there's a process of adaptation. That's why we have, Junjun have now an adaptive immunity with regards to eating milk tea. Before, he doesn't eat that one. Because I developed adaptive immunity. Bisa magaling ko adaptive, pwede na immunity. You are already immune to that particular thing or whatever or food. So, kay imo naman siya na-receive repeatedly, in a constant manner, like that, no? Adaptive da yon or the immunity. Sunod, okay, mauna to ang assimilation. Okay, assimilate siya ba? Hindi mo siya i-digest, like that to, according to its uses, mga ganun-ganun. And ikaw mag-assimilate, okay, imo na siyang i-categorize asa padung, ganun-ganon, according sa iyang mga parts-parts. And kung mag-categorize, imo siyang i-analyze component to component. Okay? Analysis. Ikaw man, evaluate. Imo siyang ma-evaluate. Things like that. No? Ang last, kato ng judgment. Judgment, okay? General conclusion, mga ganun-ganon, no? And then the ability to have, okay, profitable or lucrative decision. Profitable yun. Lucrative decision. The decision making comes the last. We're also judgment. The ability to decide, the ability to judge, like that, no? Pero in English, ang last dito, the ability to create ideas, because English man good. Okay? Ability that it is, create ideas. Okay, things like that. Okay. Sa ito pa, lisod day ang pag-conceptualize, okay, o article. Kailangan ka siya daanan, no? Ideas, brainstorming, mga gano'n, no? Una pa siya, imo siyang ma-build into one article. Okay, things like that. Muna, lisod siya ang ability to create ideas. Muna siya pinakalisod sa tanan. Kaya nga, no? Establish authenticity, originality, in which may not found in the books, okay, in the journals, in the encyclopedia, in the Google search, kanang imuha na yung i-create ba? Okay. Ability to create ideas means it should be your own. It's not coming from anybody else. It's not coming from your instructor. It's not coming from the books. Meaning it's your raw, okay, raw understanding, and then you're gonna build your own ideas. Most of the share requirement in writing skills. Kung what kay ability to create ideas, it's very difficult to start. Trust me. Okay? Things like that. Kasi muungod ka pa tayo, maabdan ka sa time. Hindi lang kay ka na, kung nahunan mo, imo pa na ipangkon ko ng grammar accuracy, spelling, syntax, imo pa dyan i-observe ang mga kuan, katong mga conjunction, adjective, verb, imo pa dyan ang palamian ba? Articulate, imo pa dyan ang tangtangon ng mga redundancies, duplication of thoughts, ganon. Okay, jargon, you need to eliminate the jargon. That's the more paragraph to paragraph and phrase to phrase. And then, bubalik ka po kagbasa. Imo tanawon kung nag-repetitive ba yung information. Imo na pong tantangon kung i-repeat yung information. Another thing also, not only the redundance in that thought and information, but also the redundance in meaning using the same word over and over again. Balitan kung gamit ka essential sa first paragraph, mugamit ka og significant in the second paragraph, mugamit kag fundamental in the third paragraph, mugamit kag paramount in the next paragraph, mugamit ka og indispensable sa sunod paragraph, mugamit kag invaluable in the next paragraph or valuable, mugamit kag relevant sa sunod paragraph kung pila nakabuk ang synonym sa important, mao sad to iilis-ilis to nimo because during the judging who will be the winner of that particular competition. I'm referring to the competition, sorry. Okay, they will observe this. How many times you repeat the words over and over again? Because it's a big deduction in professional writing. Okay, na magbalik-balik yung imong words. Mauna siya, since that is the role in journalism. That's why when you read a news, you can really encounter words that is not really familiar because of that rule. Kamantay mo kung basa mo gyahon news, isuwat sa papel pilay words na ano sabti daghan kaayo like may pira ka po na po. Kung serious jud kag English, you love language and literature like that or literacy, note every word na wa nimo nasabti isuwat sa papel. Purti daghana. So many, okay, things like that. Okay, if you try to be strict and meticulous, okay, grabe kang stringent, hindi kayo mo ba vocabulary ba? Akong buhaton, di ako na pang suwat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Di ako na nag-refer mga kuan, mga definition, gano'n gano'n. Okay, things like that. Muna madaghan akong mga vocabulary taga-adlaw. Okay, things like that. Sometimes muna siya akong mga breakfast, while eating, mag-vocabulary ko, gano'n. Okay, things like that. Okay, so it looks like funny because I'm an engineer, right? So they would not normally see that to an engineer because they believe, according to the convention, that engineer is for mathematics or numbers, right? It's not for the stats, but me entirely different. So I could not be happy if I will not listen speaking in the YouTube, whatever, no, mga stories. Dili siya movie because I don't like movies, ha? Okay, I don't watch full movies because that's lengthy. I only watch 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 8 minutes, 7 minutes, and documentaries. I love documentaries, especially health and science documentaries. Okay, things like that. Gano'n siya akong maganahan na yung mga input ba. Okay, kaya magamit man sa akong lecture code. Pero even before wala pa ako yung mga lecture, ganahan na jugudaan. Because if you are not passionate in that kind of thing, you will never do this. Okay, so what could I gain for if I keep on doing this? Right? So this is for the people that who doesn't understand my real purpose or why I'm doing this. Okay? Things like that. That's why I don't need to interact with people who are keep on asking me, you are now working, receive a salary, why you keep on going back like a lesson in the school? That kind of questioning is so shallow for me. That's why I don't really entertain questions like that. And then sometimes they are tired, they don't really send message anymore. That kind of message anymore to me. Okay, things like that. Because if I found out that kind of questioning is not clever, I will not entertain. Very low. Okay, things like that. I will entertain only, full of ideas. Okay, not the shallow. Shallow in English is also superficial. Okay, things like that. No. So I want the message and the information will be in the tip of an iceberg. How deep is that? If you know the submarine submerged in a tip of a sea level, then sometimes you're gonna bombard. Bombard meaning you're gonna bump by the tip of an iceberg, right? So that's what I'm trying to entertain. Things like that, the ideas. Ganon. Dapat loud. Meaning, profound and in-depth. Di ko mo entertain o shallow. Things like that. The point, ganon. Muna din ako tubagon, kanaghay mo ko sa message nga kuan, na mauning ano ko na yung ani ko, dugay ko na kayo mahuman. Kasi comments guys, no? Di ba ko mo react? Okay, things like, pahulan. Na, Sister Peru, can you teach my daughter about the chemistry subject that they have? And they're gonna present a lot of chemical reactions to me. And I love it also to help. And then out of a sudden, okay, sorry to say this, okay, because it's only happened through serendipity. You know serendipity in English. At the time, there's a chemical reaction that is wrong. And I told my classmate, it's not possible because if you try to react that there's no reaction. But why he gave a reaction and then it will never be balanced. We will just be dying. It will never be balanced because according to the concept, it will yield no reaction. Ibutangan gapon dito, akong gi-explain kay wala ko ani siya pwede no answer no reaction ni siya. Ganon. Ano siya. Thank you kuno ganon. Oh. Pag man na to, na pwede mo patabang na ako mga ganon. Okay, things like that, no? Okay. Pero honestly, mga chemistry kasagaran. Okay? Chemistry na English. Okay, things like that. Pero sa akong naalinaw, di mo ka ng iban, oy, sa Pilipino, hate pa kayo ng English, oy. Ang putang kado. They don't love it. Majority. They will try to play hatred if someone will speak fluently. To those highly professionals, they can understand because they're open-minded and flexible. But for other people, they don't love it. They feel that they are, they are competing with each other, like that, blah, 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 so and so. Who are this guy keep on talking in English? Is this the son of Bongbong Marcos? Is he a billionaire? Is he a summa cum laude? So, it doesn't matter, okay? As long as that guy loves to speak in English, it doesn't matter at all. It's a foolish remarks if you try to do that to others and they will post like this. Good in English is not a sign of smart. So this kind of statement looks like insecurity. Because in the first place, by default, you know it already that that is not the basis of intelligence. Then why you post that? Tell me. You want that to be heard. And that is not news. It's traditional. You know what traditional? Meaning, it's already occurred in the past that we keep on repeating, parang silang plaka pa ulit-ulit. Then why you keep on posting that one? For what purpose? So it could mean that you are insecure to the people who loves to speak in English, who are articulate and eloquent in terms of English speaking capability. Because why you are always saying that good speakers or English grammar is not really the basis of intelligence. Are they claiming also that they're intelligent? Are you sure? They're just loving to speak in English, nothing else. Right? So stop it, okay? It's very clear and transparent that you don't have something. That's why you keep on doing that because you are deprived to that kind of ability that you don't possess ever since, right? So that's why you get black the people who has that ability. Okay? So never do that, okay? Things like that. Di kay kana daghan pa jud kayo nga mauna no character char. Tungod lang sa usa kay gayon no character. Things like that mo. Kana may ana ba? Don't you do that kini mura sa kag perfecto nga pagkatawo. Di ba ya ka perfecto kung ka if you kanay masayop lang gamay sa baron, way batasan, way character i-post ra ba jud? Things like that. Unya, nakasigurado mo nga ato na gyud siya pagkatao. Mas gisapot lang siya ato di ay o ditubag lang siya baron kay tungod sa iyang kalagot. Di ba? Mo justify lang gyud siya sa iyang reason baron. Nakasulti siya mga batik baron nya wala siya karakter ana tungod lang ato. Nanguna ako no bright man ka mo. It doesn't mean na no character. Because it's based on case-to-case basis, on situational case kasi yan. Okay? Unless you know the person, okay, that you are living in the same village, you know the character of this guy. But since you don't know them, don't say they don't have character. Okay? Because in the first place, you don't know them of who really they are. You get the point? You can just pre-assess them, but never try to confirm your statements against them because you are not also perfect. You get the point? There's no such perfection in this world. Do not claim that you are better than them, things like that, no? Because these things can be rejected. It cannot be said by yourself that you are the best, you are good, like that, no? It should be a confession from anybody else, not yourself. You don't have to incriminate yourself, okay? Incriminate meaning you keep on admiring yourself by just yourself saying, let the other people say it. And that's the true impression, not by yourself. Because once you say it by yourself, you are so selfish, okay? You are so self-centered, okay, that you keep on appreciating your own, okay? let other people appreciate you, not you. Okay, things like that. And that's the measurement of true impression. Others can do that for you. Sometimes your colleagues before, sometimes your neighborhood before, as you grow in the, detect, oh, that this is quite clever, like that. But they don't express that to you, but they will feel things like that, okay? And then in certain occasions also, but never say I'm intelligent, I'm smart. Never do that to yourself, because if that is the case, you are not. Okay, things like that. It should be from your teacher before. It should be from your brother, from your sister that you usually acquainted with or engaged with, right? In your day-to-day life, like that, since you are young, like that. And to your parents, to your neighbor, to your colleagues, to your friends, or to different whereabouts in which you are affiliated with, right? Or involved with. Okay, they can also pre-assess you of who you are, things like that. No, but it's totally different kasi guys, if you try to pre-assess negative and positive. So, the negative, it should not be justified right away because it has a negative connotation. It can distract and degrade your personality kasi. But if you try to pre-assess through impression, it looks like very pleasant to hear. It can increase our motivation to learn more, to do good, like that, no? To improve more, basing on the pre-assessment of others. But when you pre-assess with a negative thing, and that is not constructive, so it looks like very discouraging, right? So it's not subject to motivation. It will demotivate you. Ganon. Okay, things like that. Push lang nag-impression, taka na lang po positive. So if there's no impression, then don't say. Diba? Di kay imo sang bulati para lang siya close mo or makakaon ka o mga witik-witik ayuda because you know that person is very rich and you keep on appreciating them even though that's not true. That's another story. And it's impossible that the guy whom you're doing that is not also observing. Okay, that is not really true. It's fake because you do it most of the time. Because impression, it's not, you cannot do that all the time. It depends on the rare cases siya na discovered differently and unique in a certain situation in which that's not every day. You get the point? So, impression will be coming, things like that. No, not all the time. Because once all the time, that is another story. That's faking your impression. And the one you appreciated will also notice that. But if the person is also like, hangol kay appreciation, okay, what is the term for hangol of appreciation? Meaning longing for appreciation because they are a type of people that don't receive recognition and achievement when they study before elementary, high school, college. They don't compete in different competitions, nakadaog sila. That's why kung narabaho na sila, magsigi sila long, kaya wa man na nila ma-receive. But to those people who are having achievements in the past, we try to work at the present, they don't expect recognition. They don't expect appreciation. Okay. But if there are, then fine. Thank you. But if nothing, we don't force. It's another story, right? If you try to do something in order to be appreciated, your intention only is like that. So it's not good. That's faking yourself because your intention only is to be appreciated. No? I cannot explain. It's not the undertaking of a matured person that you do something in order people will appreciate you. The objective is so narrow, no? Makatawa na ang purpose para na ma-appreciate, no? Dapat natural. Things like that. No. For example, you if you do lecture in English, you will not be trying hard even though you cannot. Okay, because it can be shown, it can be radiated for your words that coming out from your mouth, the way you talk, the way you express, and everything, the grammar accuracy, and everything, the spontaneity in talking, your communication skills, like that, whatever things, it can be really seen. What you see is what you get. Okay, don't force yourself if you are not into it, if you are not comfortable in doing it, things like that, no? Or you want to learn, then practice it. have a drills, an exercise to improve yourself. Okay. But the only issue here, if you want to improve based on the experience, you need to start from your childhood, going to your high school, going to, if you are talking about ideas, learning. But for another thing also, no problem. My experience, how to do the welding, right? You can also try to do it and learn it by watching those people like that, ganon. But kayo mga learning, steady state, magulo siya, guys. Steady state. You know steady state in science? Na yung mga steady state equation, di ba? Law of continuity, mo, kung ang anak na jud ka pirmi imong culture, kung imong, naman siya gamay nga kung genetic factor and DNA. Okay, things like that, no? Oh. Okay, kung ingana jud ang kuan sa kabantay mo ay magsigtuon sa tuon gamay jud kay score. Mao na gito yung pinakadako nga kuan tuon siya pag-ayo na buhay na siya. Things like that. Di pa gid siya makakuan sa perfect ba? Marunga lang gyud mo siya lima, unom. Mo na to jud. Grabe na jud kayo. Ma-after ko siya kadlawon, ana. So kana nagmatter na sa DNA o sa genes sa mga parents, sa mga kaliwat. Usay kung mga bright din mo mga kaliwat, ana. Sometimes na siya daan, mo na magtuon na lang jud ka. Okay, samot makagpagka-bright kung tuon pa jud ka pag-ayo. Okay, ang yung mga kaliwat sige ka owner, mga achievement, sige ka daw sa mga competition. Okay, kani siya may hindi matago dito. Sa history in the neighborhood, in the place to place, dito na siya matago. Okay, things like that, no? Okay, get the point. It can never be hidden. It can never be hidden nor it cannot be cheated. Okay, things like that, no? Ganon. Okay. Ako magpasabot diri, di ta magpa-bright kung di jud ta bright. Okay, things like that. Di na to pugson ba kung diha ako to. Yung mutugan jud ta sa tinuod sa to mga weaknesses. Okay, things like that sa to mahinay. Akong pasulti ako manghinay, bayra. Char. Kung naminaw mo na ako nang isulti. Okay, things like that, no? Okay, alangan man pod. Okay. Walang balance na sa jud ka ana, okay. So, lang jud ko sa akong okay. Need man sa akong lecturing, diba? Okay, nakakaloka. Okay, lalo sa mag-lecture ka, okay, achievements. Kano wa jud kay kuan ba, wa jud kay history nga, ni excel ka in that particular area. Murag, sorry to say this ha, murag ka nang kiwaw ba, things like that. Masikag kun ani niya, dili ka kuan ana ba, mailan bin agas. No, niya, mo jud i-claim nga maayo kag physics and detail 2. Char. Nya, si kag lecture just scripted ta lang sa libro la. Gimemorize lang nimo hangtod primero hangtod katapusan, perfect ka ikaano mo sa board as if nothing happens. Wow, perfect, bravo. Okay? Yung iman-himan kung pasulbol ka ng ikalaos, wala na nimo gi-vlog, di ka mao. May pag-umot-umot na lang ta. Okay? Hindi masakpan nila to ang kamatuuran kaysa magpaingon ta nga. Subi na to. Muna na yung advice na ko nga, practiceon, para hindi ko mutuod jud ana gid ko ganahan ana guys. Sorry ha. Naningon ako among katong third year sila, fourth year ko. Niimo siya ako nga, practiceon ko nung daan ako sa samin, magatubang ko na kog samin niya. Ako ko ni andam-andam daan na ako na ko ma-vlog. Okay, para mo gamay ko na akong minutes. Hindi ko na mudugay ba. Ako kung pero wala ko siya tubaga. Kailangan sa kayo, no? Ikato mo, kasabot mo ko sa purpose. For revenues, manggod to siya. Revenues ang purpose. Revenues sa, kita sa YouTube o sa Facebook. Imong dali-dali on para ka maka-revenues. Kaya imong dugayon, wala kayo mananaw. Things like that. Ang akong purpose, di man revenues. Tinudan na man na learning, di man ka lang pang-korta-korta. You get the point? Kung kani pa sa nang akong gi-target, akong mga vlog 2 minutes ra, 3. Ako nang gipag-memorize tanan. Oh, step 1, step 2, step 3. Manadayon. Nawa, dugay kay no. Because this is not scripted. I don't practice before I'm speaking, before I solve the problem. Okay? I don't even memorize the steps. Okay, things like that, no? Pero akong kung ano ng mga problem solve, akong kuha ng answer. Yan, isolve na ko bitso. Kabantay mo din ako makuha dahil muungot ko. Muna na siya. Yung ganda po, no? Usahay din ako makuha dayon. Okay? Mag-option pa ko lang. Option A, option B. Ganahan ko nga vlogger sing ano, Makatun ko sa diha dayon guys on the spot. Nag-lecture ko at the same time nakatun sa akong pag-lecture. Kaya ako nasugatan on the spot man jud siya guys. Okay, di man jud sa mga libro ba nga mo kuan pre-pareho jud nimo things like that no. Okay, do ang sample problem pareho ka wa man ko kabaw sa to pag-solve. Okay? Oo, muna malingaw ko na dugay kay kong vlog 1 hour captain, basta mathematics tanaw sa bahin ninyo. Mo sa chemistry program ako sa chemistry kay wa man kay solve, di ba? Oh, things like that no, wala siya may tampo. Charot. Okay guys. Now, ang atong formula sa saccharin, okay? Saccharin is an artificial sugar. The formula of saccharin is C7H5NO3, then there will be sulfur at the end. Blended with sulfur and nitrogen. This is also a artificial sugar. Doesn't cause you to gain weight. Okay. Ang example ani niya guys katong unsa man. Ang example ani niya katong sweet and low na product. Okay. The disadvantage of, artificial sweeteners are the cost. It's very effective. It's very expensive. Sorry. Things like that, no? Okay. Now we have also sucralose. Sucralose coming from sucrose, no? Sucralose. Sucralose, the formula is C12H19, chlorine, 3 atoms of chlorine, then 8 atoms of oxygen. If you notice in the artificial sugars, there are other elements blended. In the saccharin, we blend nitrogen and sulfur. In sucralose, we blend chlorine or chlorides. Hindi naman siya pure and natural sugar. Okay? Things like that. No? Ganon. The purpose of chlorine there is to kill the fatty constituent of these carbohydrates. Munang di maka-weight gain. Things like that, no? Okay? Ganun sucralose. Okay? Tama ba? Yes, tama siya. Okay, things like that. Sa pa, ang stevia is very good. It's the number 1 of diet, huh? Number 1 in diet ang stevia sugar. Okay? Plant-based source din siyang stevia. Example, monk fruit. You can get this in the monk fruit. Okay? Things like that. Fresh din siyang stevia. Things like that, no? Natural siya. Okay, pero ano lang siya? Artificial sweeteners. Okay, ganun artificial man siya, kaya lahi naman siya sa natural. Pero wag mag-mean, nga gikuan din siya sa laboratory, whatever, no? Basta gikan niya siya nga fruits. Okay, gano'n. Na siya stevia. Okay, so during your memorization technique, ano pala tayo? Aspartame. Aspartame can be produced by the addition of aspartic acid and phenylalanine, methyl ester. Okay. Phenylalanine, okay. Methyl ester. Kasi ester, salt of organic acid. No? Anak siya. Okay, things like that. Okay. Ang aspartame, bagay po no weight gain, no blood pressure, no spike in insulin, things like that, no? Pero, it contains acesulfame, okay, that can cause, sorry, see this guys, ha? Nakakaloka, okay, that can cause chronic diseases. Okay, like that, and it can destroy your cardiovascular health. But, ang iyang percentage, gamay naman sa good. Nara siya 28 mg. But ang Diet Pepsi, 1 can. And one Diet Pepsi can, na siya 28 mg na acesulfame. Okay. Yan, makadaot man, di ba? Things like that. Unya, ang atong ADI, acceptable daily intake niya. Atong basis kay kuan. Okay, sa acesulfame kay 15 kilogram. Okay, 15 milligrams per kilogram of the human body. Okay, kung panitan ako 28 milligrams, I'll drink 1 can of Diet Pepsi. So, conversion factor na yun. So, 28 milligram over 15 milligram. Pila man imong kuan, imong weight in kilogram. Let's say ako kay kuan ko 73 kilogram. Cancel. So ang mahabilin is kilogram. So ano siya imong in-need nga value. No? Ganon siya. Imong in-need na value. No, you will compute how many cans of Diet Pepsi that you will consume in a day. Kung sa imong buhaton, makanser ka in the future. Kung sobra ani 15 milligrams per kilogram weight of the human body. Kung nag-research, Federal Drugs Authority. Okay. Ganon. Yang aspartame, di man siya makadaot. Okay? Kaning aspartame. Kaning AC sulfur aspartame, naaman niya sa Diet Pepsi. Okay? Yang aspartame, di man siya makadaot. Kaning i-blend. Ang irang i-blend ba? Acesulfame. Okay, got the point? Ang iyang kuan, acesulfame, mo ni siya ang imong acid regulatory ang tawagan niya. Siya yung mo regulate sa acid nga dili siya mas strong. Okay? Okay, kung dili i-regulate ang acid, akong i-explain ha. Okay, things like that. When I work in a Coca-Cola ako sa una, pero akong i-explain that Coke, no? Pepsi. Sige lang, sa dahil po nyo guys, ha? Nakakaloka. Diba? Okay. Ang Diet Pepsi was discovered in 1976, ganun. And then ang Coke diet, ni-start sila sa ilang kuan diet, 1982. Mo ba na siya? Oh no! Sorry. 1967 nagsimula ang Diet Pepsi. Ang Diet Coke, 1982. So, which is original? Pepsi or Coke? Of course, ang Pepsi ang original sa pag-produce sa diet or soda drinks. The Coca-Cola is just only discovering that the competitor is doing this thing. But it took them a long time. Imagine, 82, 1967 na nagsugod ang Pepsi. You get the point, no? Oo. No to. Nasuya sila. Nasa sila Diet Coke. Okay. Puna-puna ang Diet Pepsi. Pero ang base akong explanation karon sa Diet Pepsi. Okay? But more or less, they have common denominator in their ingredients. Okay? Things like that, no? Okay. Ganon. So, we have 8 ingredients. Okay. Guys, sa Diet Pepsi ni ha, din sa Coke. I work in a Coca-Cola, pero di ko sa Pepsi nagtrabaho, pero marilate naman gud mo. Okay, things like that, no? Because ako ang gili siyang gi-research food. Okay, things like that, no? Okay, mamao naman gud siya. Okay, siyempre, kung sa Pepsi, kaya nga no, sa Coke mo ko nagtrabaho. I'm working in the Coke. And then I will discuss on diet on the Pepsi. So maybe there will be no parallelism, there will be inconsistency with my lecture chart. Diba? That's why I need to further deeply research with the Pepsi thing. Okay, things like that, no? So, natay carbonated water. Okay, H2O. We have the natural flavor. Okay, mga ganon-ganon. Okay. Number 3, we have the sodium benzoate. Okay. Then number 4 na. Sodium citrate. Okay. Number 5, you have the acesulfame, akong gingon. Acesulfame chemical. Okay. Number 6, aspartame. Na it will lead the Diet Pepsi to become sweeter than the sugar, the original drink. Okay, we have here, I think 100 to 200 times sweeter. Okay, based on my research. Okay, acesulfame. Number 6, aspartame. No? Number 7, phosphoric acid. Okay, phosphoric acid. Mga ganun-ganun, no? Acid. And the coloring. Caramel color. We have 8 ingredients of Diet Pepsi. But I love Diet Pepsi. Sorry guys ha. Okay, things like that. So number one, carbonated water. What is a carbonated water? Kaya regulate mo ng acid daw. If you say carbonated water, that is a water added with CO2. Water plus CO2 is equals to carbonic acid, H2CO3. When we make carbonated water, we introduce carbon dioxide to water to produce carbonic acid. So this is already an acid. Acid 1. Okay. Natural flavor are flavors coming from direct plants and animals. So it's natural. There's no such problem with this because it's natural. It's not artificial. Check. Okay. Sodium benzoate. What's this? This is a form of preservative. EKES. Okay. Okay. Sodium preservative. Okay. So it will produce carcinogen, suspected carcinogen known as benzene. Okay. Things like that. Number 4. Sodium citrate. What's this? Okay. This is the raw material of citric acid. Okay. Raw material of citric acid to produce sodium citrate. Diba? Nakakaloka. Ano product? Sodium citrate and citric acid. Okay? Product ni siya. Okay. Kung sama ni siyang sodium citrate, di na siya problema. Okay? Because it has to do something with citric nga nasa fruits. Citric acid. Citric acid is an acid found naturally in fruits as well as the ascorbic acid. So no problem too much with this. Little, but it's not an issue, okay? The sodium citrate. Now how about acid sulfate? Muna na siya that we need to maintain 15 milligram per kilogram body of the person. Okay. Through sa computation, makibaw ka how many cans we drink in a day. That can cause cancer if you do that every time. Okay. Number 6, aspartame. Aspartame, wala sa siya, ingon nga problema dyan siya. Okay? Naidamay, pero not carcinogen. Okay? Okay ra. Check ra siya. Number 7, phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid is an acidulant. Okay? That's the point meaning, this can acidify the substances when you try to drink after eating food like that. It will neutralize the solid substances. Okay? Things like that. When you drink the whatever, common na siya sa tanang soft drinks. All soft drinks, diet and not diet, have phosphoric acid. Copy? Kung sa may purpose. Okay? To acidify the solid substance ng atong gi-intake. Muna yung kakaon itong baboy, feel na ito, muna ma-dissolve, whatever. Muna ang feeling pagbutang sa phosphoric acid. Na murag mahilisan puno hayta, muna na siya because of the presence of phosphoric acid. Okay. Number 8. Kaning carbonic acid, kaning ikaabli nimo sa iya wala siya. Nigawas ang carbonic acid in the form of vapor. Okay? Things like that. Number 8, caramel. Kanang color niya, mao na siya caramel. Okay? Things like that. Okay. In short, okay, there's no such evidence that it can cause cancer because their basis is only a rat, a mice. It's not a human being. Okay? But since they know that it can cause something wrong with the mice, how much more the human being. But if you try to be clever also, human being is superior. So if you try to compare that with a rat, maybe the rat has a lower resistance or energy compared to the human being. But since they know it could affect the lower level form of animal, there's also a chance that it will affect to the human being. That's only their evidence. But there is no direct causation. It's only correlation. Instead of direct causation, we make the evidence the human being directly, not through the rat, the mice. That if that is the case, if they will feel dying, in the future also the human being will die if there's too much presence of these chemicals. That is direct causation. They do the correlation. So correlation doesn't mean empirical kasi eh. Okay, tapos murag na lang kay correlate ba? Murag kung in mathematics pa, you are trying to do ratio and proportion to something. It could happen to this a possibility will happen to this because they have the same parameters under the same conditions like that. Muna siya ang correlation. And through sampling and survey to the people or patients that have diseases by drinking these drinks. They will record that. For example, survey, they submitted that to the hospital and most of their patients are dying because of drinking Pepsi, and that would be their basis of causation. You get the point? So that's what there's also a little bit of too much what is it man? Too much argumentation between the positive and the good, the cons and the pros like that now. But if you want really you don't want to endure yourself, then don't drink. Okay? But the problem is, can you survive that you cannot drink this? Especially if you are addicted. For example, you're addicted with soft drinks, Coke, like that. Can you do that for the rest of your life? You will never drink that? Now, tell me, if there's no such issue of withdrawal symptoms is very difficult to stop. It will take a longer time for you to have the withdrawals. Especially if you smoke. If you try to stop, you cannot stop it immediately. You will go through the process a little bit, cut off, like that. And the time it will be lost. But because if you try to do that, immediately you cannot do that. Okay? Things like that. Okay? Now, I hate Pepsi also. Okay? Yeah, in a 1 week, I think I can drink 3 times a week, like that, no? Oo. Sometimes 2 times a week, sometimes 3 days, sometimes like that, no? That's why I regulate that now also, that at least 1 time a week na lang, June. Kaya nga, no, nahadlok ko sa kuan, guys. Kaya, acesulfame. Grabe kayo siya, guys, no? Can cause chronic diseases, no? Iyang ikuan ang mga inflammation ba, no? Things like that. Ay, nakakaluka. Vital organ inflammation. Meaning, mura siyang mag-wound ang imong mga vital organ, kadugayan, no? Uy, muli lamig kay siya, no? Char! Samot na ang kuan. If this is for the diet, how much more for the regular soft drinks? You get the point? So many people don't love this because of the taste. They don't love it because it cannot feel satisfaction with the kind of the ability compared to the original soft drinks. So let's leave them to them as a respect in terms of taste. Okay, no problem. But the same thing, this all types, whether soda or diet, is not good to the health. If you are doing that frequently, intaking that frequently, and then do it in moderate, not all the time, no, not daily. What I mean, okay, things like that. But kung imo yung kwan, pwede pa man mag-delete. Na competition ato ni mo, sa nimo. Things like that, no? Oo. Okay, but accumulation will not really matter to the daily. Accumulate, do that since a child until adult, you love sweet every time. And then at the age of 50, you will have the diabetes like that because of the too much accumulation since the start. Ganon, Kung hindi ko mutuwa ng daily intake, hindi ko mutuwa na agad, okay, things like that. Dapat, di mo na kung anong permi. Mula tagbuan, basta compute. Okay, 15 mg per gram. Inom ba ko angkit? Ganang kay ko karon. Si ko compute, charot. Mag-uol na nang ta mula pa sa kuan. Okay, kung di lang ta mag-compute, ang imo lang naon, you will never do that every day and frequently. Ana na lang. Or, do it 1 time in a week. Parang gano'n na lang siya, parang ibog na jugi ka, no? Kaya may times, ganang kita mainom sa things like that, no? Okay? Any questions so far? Muna siya sa atong topic sa sugar. Ganon! Okay, things like that. Okay? Any questions so far for this? Okay. Ganon lang yun siya. Okay, nakadiscuss na po ni Howard, guys. Wala. Okay. Nakadiscuss na ko niyo Howard discussion. Wala pa man siguro. Sige, bye-bye na. Bye-bye agad sa birthday kay Bu. Ang kaon pa ko, guys, no? Okay, upadyo ko kakaon og biscuits. Char! Okay, bye-bye. Okay. Things like that. Uy, mabalik ka sa kuan na mathematics. Okay. Math, okay. Things like that, okay. Kung saan mo ng congruence? Tiyara, napuntaan eh. Okay. There are two congruent signs, di ba class, of the particular planar shape of the vessel. Planar, yun. Bye-bye. Okay. Of all, planar yun ang gamiton. Yes, di ba? Hello, guys.